Hey guys, it's Alice again. Welcome to another video. So I have a highly requested video for you guys today. As you can see from the title, this is going to be the truth about university. The good, the bad, the ugly. Now, I seem to have covered a lot of the good about university. Overall, I've had an amazing experience. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I'll leave them linked in a playlist down below and on screen. You need to go and watch. Please don't let any of this put you off. But there are some bad sides, and I feel like it's time I talked about it. I've now just graduated, so I kind of have a good overall view of the 3 years in total, I don't know. I've written a list. I even asked for the help of some of my uni friends, and I've got a list of a few of the things that aren't the best bits, you know? So if you enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. Don't forget to subscribe for more uni, life, freelance, graduate content. I'm working for myself, but it's kind of scary. So I'm just going to keep reading off my phone, but let's get straight into it. So number one, now this is one that happens a lot. There will be arguments. As much as you like to think it, people haven't yet properly grown up from school, and you'll probably end up falling out with people. You'll probably end up having drama of some sort, whether that be with people in your course, with people in your house, with people in like a society you're in. There will be drama. It's everywhere. Unfortunately, I remember thinking that we'd all grown up past that by the time we got to uni. It doesn't happen. I don't think it happens in life, to be honest. I feel like drama and arguments and stuff will probably follow me throughout my adult life, but yeah, just be ready for that. Don't take it too personally. It's just a clash of personalities. You will find the friends that you are best suited with. You will find some really, really good friends, but yeah, there's definitely arguments, and those kind of people you probably don't ever want to see again. Number two, another one that is, I think, pretty much well known for everyone, is money will be tight. You've got to learn how to be super duper savvy with your money, and I know the situation is different for everyone. Some people get more loan, some people get less, some people get none. For me, it was quite a struggle. I didn't get the most loan. It only just really covered my rent, which meant I had to get a job, and you know, it sucked. When I wanted to be out socialising with my pals on a weekend, I was back home working a job both days to try and fund my life. But in the end, it's kind of made me a lot more money savvy. I've learned over the 3 years how to be a little bit more tactile with my spending, you know. I've learned the best places to order takeaway for when I do want to treat myself. I've learned the cheapest shops and the kind of things I can make on the budget that I have. So as much as it is a struggle and it's so annoying being on a student budget, one, people do understand. Two, you get student discounts, which is also lethal, but also a bonus too. And three, you get kind of used to it, which kind of sucks, but you know, it's kind of learning to budget in adulthood. The next one I've written down is the fees are extortionate. Well, I actually paid £9,000 for the first 2 years of my degree, and then for the third year when the government, that's not three, for the third year when the government changed the thing, it went to £9,250. It's a lot of money. You can't deny that. Some people say it's worth it. Some people say it's not. I kind of think it's unfair, mainly because my brother also went to uni for 3 years and he only paid £3,000 per year. So it just kind of stings a little bit, and I know people even further back paid nothing. It just sucks. At the minute, I'm trying not to think about it too much. Sometimes I did find myself sat in a lesson thinking, I'm paying £9,000 for this. You do find yourself comparing it, and I think if you get too wrapped up in that kind of thing, it makes the whole experience not as enjoyable. I'm just going to not think about the money too much now. I know I'm due the final bill soon. Student Finance will be billing me very, very soon, but I don't really have to pay that off for a while until I earn enough to pay it off. So yeah, it stings and it's a bit crap, but unfortunately, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. And it doesn't actually count as an actual debt. So even though I've now come out of uni with, I don't even want to know how much debt, it doesn't like count against me if I ever wanted a mortgage or anything like that. So practicality wise, it's all right. Really, it does sting quite a lot, but yeah, money and fees, they never end. And one more thing, why do we have to pay for printing if we already pay £9,250 a year? That's not a dig at my uni, that's a dig at the government. Okay, the next one is some tutors are fantastic, some are less so, and I've written just like school. Some still don't treat you like an adult. And I think that just kind of comes with personality and who they are as a person. But you will find that you'll have probably one or two or a handful of amazing tutors that couldn't do any more to help you, that couldn't be any more helpful and just in it for the right reasons. And then there'll be someone that's probably going through a hard time and just isn't that kind of personality and probably isn't the best person to get along with, and they're the kind of tutors that you wish had kind of stayed in secondary school, you know. But that just kind of happens. I have a nice little connection with a few of my tutors, and I think as it got to third year, you become more of an adult to them as well. Like, you get treated a lot better the further up in uni you get. That's the experience I've had anyway. But yeah, there's definitely some tutors that I would be happy to never see again, but there's also some that I'm gonna miss so much, and that literally applies with my school life as well. I was exactly the same then, and I'll always be the same. Even with employers, I feel like it all applies. I'm not trying to be mean to any of my tutors, but it's just that personality thing again. I suppose it's like that first one, having arguments, not getting on with people. It's just a personality thing, and unfortunately, we can't avoid it. The next one, I forgot that I'd written all these. Buying new underwear instead of washing them becomes normal. Now, I sent that to my friends who I asked for help with on this video, and they thought I was really weird, but I avoided my washing because it was just too much hassle to wash my clothes. So instead, I went to Primark and just bought some more. Not everyone's going to be in the same position as that. Not everyone's going to be as lazy as I was, but that was just kind of normal, and I was judged for it, and it's a bit weird, but you know what? I saved myself some washing. That's so weird. You'll learn to sleep through all sorts of noise. Honestly, before first year, I was the lightest sleeper. Someone could open the door downstairs in this house and I'd be wide awake instantly. Now I sleep through so much stuff, and I think it's from just like living in such a busy hustle and bustle of house, because there's 5 different sets of people in that house with you who are all leading their own lives, so they're in and out, and then there's parties, and then there's people going out, and you just learn to sleep through so much noise, and it can be so annoying. I was wide awake until like 2 o'clock in the morning the other day because a house near me had a rather large party on a Tuesday night, which wasn't great, but you know, we all had our moan in the house. We moaned to the group chat, and they didn't do it again, so hopefully they won't do that again anytime soon. But yeah, the noise can be an issue. People, especially if you live near to like the bars and stuff, people will walk past your window screaming and chanting and being really weird. But I guess that's just kind of part of what comes with living, 1, in a city and 2, near a university. Next one is people will steal your food. I am guilty of stealing people's food, and I have been the victim of my food being stolen, and it is so annoying, honestly, when you're like sat looking forward to, I don't know, that chocolate mousse you've got in your fridge, to then find out it's been eaten and disappeared, and the anger. You've never felt that kind of anger until you've been really looking forward to something, to find out that it's gone. Oh my god. Anger mixed together. Wow. I have felt and had arguments over my own food, and I never thought I'd be that protective over a chocolate mousse, but it happens, and it's really annoying. I'd advise just to kind of set boundaries before you get there, like decide whether you're okay to share like cutlery and plates and stuff and pans, and decide whether it's cool to share like some food. The next one is the house will be a mess and will be a little bit gross. That's just how it happens, and our house is lovely in terms of student houses. It's not the worst, it's definitely not the best. We're kind of in the middle. They're a bit naff, student houses. They're not the best. The carpets are probably about 10 years overdue to be replaced. There's like random dints in the walls. Like, it's not the best built place in the world, because obviously every single year they get a new set of students, and it depends on what kind of group they are as to how clean the house is. But yeah, it has periods of being really, really clean and tidy. That usually is after we all get super frustrated with the mess and the clutter, have a deep clean, and then we won't clean again for another month. Not a deep clean anyway. So yeah, you've just got to kind of get used to the mess and the clutter. For me, as kind of, I don't know, I'm a bit of a neat freak. I feel a lot better when my surroundings are clean. It took me a while to get used to this and kind of adapt to it, but you've kind of just got to accept it. Just make sure your own bedroom's nice if you're kind of like me. I always made sure I had a little sanctuary in my room, so even if downstairs was disgusting, my room was okay. 9 a.m.s seem like the worst thing ever. 3 hours at uni feels like 3 whole days at school. That is so true, and I think it is mainly because as university students, me personally anyway, I got lazy, and waking up for a 9 a.m. was the worst thing in the world. And if you were at uni for longer than 3 hours, it was just like draining. And I think I don't know, maybe it's the workload, maybe it's the pressure that you put on yourself, maybe it's just the nature of uni, but it just seemed a whole lot more intense than when I was at school. Maybe that's because I've not been at school for so long now, so I can't really remember, but yeah, 9 a.m.s. Annoyingly, my battery just died mid-sentence, so I've had to sit around for half an hour whilst I waited for it to charge. This is why I need to be more prepared. I think I was about to finish up talking about 9 a.m.s. Basically, they're a killer. And I know some people start uni earlier than that, but I think we got quite lucky, didn't have too many 9 a.m.s, but when we did, oh my god, the struggle was so real. Okay, the next one is there's usually a designated mum of the house, the responsible one, and that usually was me. I've written the responsible one moans about the mess, has their shit together. So I am actually the oldest in my house, and I think all the other guys look up to me as kind of like a mum figure. They know that I'm gonna ask them to hoover up and I'm gonna ask them to tidy up their stuff. Obviously I do my own part, but I'm definitely the mum of the house, and I think there was definitely situations like that in both first and second year as well. So yeah, there's usually that one person in the house that is a bit of a neat freak, that does kind of like to keep on top of everything and sometimes is a little bit naggy and moans about a lot. Yes, that was me. But yeah, there's always a mum in the house. Take it in a good or a bad way, but either way, I was the mum, and it's kind of okay, it's good, but it's kind of frustrating because I feel like I shouldn't moan, but then I have to. Like when something's wrong, I have to message the group chat. Such a mum, I know. Another thing that one of my friends actually included in this was you forget how convenient food shopping is when you don't have a car. Now, I never had this situation because I've always had my car at university with me, and luckily my parents helped me out with my food shopping, so I never really had to do a big food shop. I did like odd bits, but my friend Matty actually said that you underestimate how good it is having a car because you'll buy all this stuff at the supermarket and then realise that you need to walk back with the bags. And I remember doing this once in first year, and I have not done it since because I didn't plan it very well. We bought huge bottles of like mixers for drinks and it was just a nightmare. So yeah, definitely take that into account when you go shopping. Try and do it in small little chunks or order online. Greatest solution ever. But yeah, you definitely like don't appreciate how much like keeping enough food in the cupboard is, and like making sure you can go to the shop and make sure you've got the milk in the right time, like just little weird things that you just didn't think about when it was your parents doing it. Oh my god, this one. Okay, group work is a thing of terror. Someone always slacks and you all have to carry it through. So yes, group work. Right from day one, the first week of university in first year, we started group work, and from that day I learned that I do not like group work. I've known this for a while, but I work better by myself, and group work at university can be quite tricky. You've got to get so lucky to actually have a group that works well together and that kind of equally contributes to everything. There always seems to be someone who isn't doing quite as much as they should be, and because you're all getting graded together, someone needs to pick up that slack, and it's really frustrating, especially when you're all getting kind of like an equal grade. Sometimes there are ways around each of you getting an individual grade depending on how much you contributed, but a lot of the time group work is marked as a group, so if that one person's slacking, you can't just leave them to it. You've got to do the work they haven't, and it's so annoying. That's one of the main reasons why I chose individual work for second and third year, because I just can't deal with having to put the like my grades would rely on someone else, and I'd much rather have the responsibility all to me. I'd rather be the person responsible for my own grades. And when you're in a group, sometimes that's out of your control, you know. So yeah, group work is a killer. Depends what kind of person you are. I mean, my housemate works in a group and she both loves and loathes it depending on how everything's going with the project, but me, and I know Matty and my other friend Lena, we would all much prefer to be working by ourselves because, I don't know, I guess it's a personality thing again and just past experience, you know. It's just, group work. I'm very glad to be out of group work at uni because it was just a stress. Okay, we've got a few more to go. Thanks for holding in here. So, next one, it will never feel like you've done enough work. There's always a push for more. And I feel like that definitely showed its face more in third year, because no matter how much work you do, no matter how many projects you've done or how many different things you've included in your final project, whatever your course kind of involves, it always feels like you've not done enough. And that's just so annoying. And even now I keep getting told by all my friends, you've done great, Alice, it's just as good as last year, if not better, and I continue to think I have done really, really badly, and I'm not going to know the result of that until, I don't know, in a couple of weeks. Try and teach yourself not to stress about it too much. Like, as much as I'd love to get an amazing grade now, I can't change it, so if the grade comes back and it's not what I wanted it to be, I can't change it, so there's no point in me worrying about something that isn't in my hands anymore. But yeah, it's just a bit of a hard pill to swallow, you know. You'll make the bestest of friends who become family and have to leave them all behind. So this one is kind of a bittersweet one. I've made such close friends this past year especially, and we're all going to have to leave each other in a couple of months, and it's so sad, and I'm already missing them. Technically I haven't actually moved away from uni yet. I still have a bedroom and a house there, but I'm obviously living in my parents' house majority of the time, so just knowing that my friends are going to be at the opposite ends of the country again, and we're not going to see each other every week, and we don't have that reliability of being like, oh wait, I'll see you in September, because we're not going to, is just so sad. It's so good to know that I've made such a good connection, but it's so shit knowing that they're all going to be away. Yeah, that is one of the harder things about uni, but to be honest, I think the friendships are that strong. Whether we see each other or not, we're all still going to get on like we did, and I think we'll pick up where we left off if and when we ever do meet again. So yeah, it's just so sad. I'm going to go to Norway and visit Lena though, so that will be a good vlog. The last one is actually also to do with what I've just mentioned. So this one says, but that bond will never be broken. Uni will never be forgotten, and it'll be the biggest learning curve and best time you've ever had. That is coming from my personal experience. A huge learning curve has happened over these past 3 years. I've learned a lot, I've grown a lot, I've just become a whole different person. If you've followed me for long enough, you've probably seen through my videos how much things have changed. But yeah, uni is a roller coaster of a ride, just like anything in life. There is some majorly shit times, there's majorly stressful times, and there's the absolute opposite. There is the most amazing, great feelings. Do you know when you're just having a great moment and you sit thinking, I can't believe how lucky I am. What is my life? All those emotions all jumbled up into 3 years of uni and deadlines and stress and everything else. It's so weird. It's very hard to explain. You kind of only know how it feels once you've been through it. But yeah, most definitely I will miss university. There definitely has been the ups and downs, as you guys have learned from this video, but I will definitely miss it, but I'm very much ready to move on to the next chapter in life. That is it for this video. I hope it wasn't too dull. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you got to the end. Let me know how your experience at uni has been, if you're there already. And if you have any worries, if you're going into uni and you've clicked on this video because you are a bit worried, let me know in the comments any questions you have. You can DM me on Instagram, you can message me anywhere you like, and I'll hopefully try and answer that question for you. If I don't actually get a chance to answer though, I do have a ton of videos about university that I have already made, and I've answered loads of previous questions. So be sure to go and binge watch all of them. Hopefully they will help. And yeah, I'll see you on Friday for another video. Bye!